So when we talk about where do we think things are going to go here in 2023, the rest of the year, I think inventory stays very low. Again, we're at 1.1 months. That's a super low number. Well, here's why I think it's going to stay low, if not shrink, is there's not a lot of people that are going to sell in 2023 unless they have a reason to sell. And we'll go into some of those reasons. But the reason that a lot of people aren't going to sell is because a lot of people have mortgage rates that are in the 3s, maybe in the 4s. And typically when you move, you sell your current house, you move up into a bigger house. Well, if you're going to sell, you're going to sell with a mortgage that was in the 3 to 4s. And now you're going to buy and you're going to have a rate that's around 6-7%. That jump, you have not only the jump in price, but you have the jump in rate, which makes a massive jump in payment. So I think you're going to see a lot of people who are thinking about selling hold off on selling because it's just too big of a gap to move up to that bigger home. I think you'll see more people maybe stay in their home, maybe add an addition, maybe throw a second story on, maybe add the pool they were wanting to add. I think you'll see a lot of people hold off on selling. Well, that means you're going to keep supply low. But we believe that we're going to see rates fall. In fact, I think you'll see rates dip below the conventional 30-year fixed dip below 6% by Q3. Well, if rates fall, demand comes back, but supply stays low, that leads to a contraction of supply of homes for sale. So as that happens, I think you're going to see prices will flatten out here in Q1. I think the fall is over. Now, a wise person told me you're never going to time the peak and you're never going to time the valleys in the market unless you're lucky. You can't actually time these things perfectly because you don't know you've passed the top until you don't know you've hit the top until you're passing. You don't know you've hit the bottom until you're passing. I think I don't know if we're at the bottom, but I know we're pretty close to the bottom of this correction that's happened. So I think that we'll flatten out here in Q1 with values. I think by the time we hit Q2, especially Q3, I really expect to see values start to increase again here in San Diego and in Riverside. My personal prediction, I think that you're going to see values year over year. We sit here a year from now, February of 2024. I think we're going to be talking about values increasing somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 10%. Why am I giving a 5% range? I don't know. There's these balloons flying over our country from China. We've got this crazy war happening in Ukraine and Russia. Like, there's a lot of variables in there. I can't control all that stuff. So I'm confident we're going to see some appreciation this year. Just depends on how much we have Turkey, these crazy, in Syria, these crazy earthquakes. God bless everybody up there. It's a wild world that we live in. So we don't know what kind of life things are going to happen over the next year, but I'm very confident you're going to see things trend up, especially in the second half of the year. So I think it could go 10%. If we don't have any big events happen, I could see it going 10%. So we'll see how things play out.